Hola, mi amigos. So I had to change up the greeting because Rodney said I'm too boring. Well, he didn't say that exactly, that word, but he said I need to spice it up a little. I know he means well, but I just got one personality, and it's not like uber excitable. I try to keep an even strain all the time. So, like I said, he means well. I appreciate his inputs all the time. But him and Michael get a kick out of "What's up, fellas?" or "Hey, fellas," mocking me, whatever. They're having fun. So anyway, what I was gonna show you today was the '93 LX, the white car, Skylar car. I've been steady at it, except for last Thursday. I and my wife went to Jacksonville, stayed there till last night with my son. On the first, he got promoted to 03, or supposed to have been, but with the government shutdown, that was on hold. There was question whether or not it was going to happen. So we just decided we're going anyway, whether or not it happened. So, yeah, we were over there with him and had a good time being in Jacksonville. Not a big fan of cities, but whatever. There's some good things about them. But anyway, what I was going to show you today was some of the goodies we got for the car in the last 2 weeks or so. So we'll get you off here. So the first thing, this is from LMR, of course, where I get most of my stuff. Between there and Summit, usually where I get it. But anyway, I got where's the number? There we go. Neutral safety switch. But what I liked about this, what I had needed, it took me a while to make sure I could find one that for sure had it, was that it comes with a bracket, because my pedal assembly did not have one. I thought. Then I went out and dug it out of the shed, and I did have one, so it didn't matter. But anyway, and then I got 2 of the drains. This is the drain that goes inside your, by your filler neck. If you overfill the tank, this goes out onto the ground. And then I also got a filler neck itself, because the one I took out of the car was all rotted at the bottom. Had all kinds of rust and junk on the inside. And I thought I was going to have to go to a junkyard or get one from Mustang Part Specialties. But I was surprised to find that actually LMR had one, which is good. And then, of course, I got the filler neck gasket. This gasket, too, that goes, I think this goes between the body and the box for the above the filler neck. And then I got this relay assembly. I'm going to put this over there on the red car. This is a headlight relay. You ever taken apart your headlight switch, pulled the headlight switch off, and seen the wires are kind of like funky colored, and the headlight switch has got a little melt going where the wires connect? That's like a fire waiting to happen. And this came from Maximum Motorsports. This is a what do you call it? Manual brake kit. This got the little plug for the there you go. Having trouble today. For the proportioning valve. Good Lord. And then this is what's called the spacer plate. This goes on the firewall between the master cylinder and the pedal assembly. Usually they're broken. The one I took out of the Trooper car was in 4 pieces. The one in the Skylar car was actually only cracked in one spot, but I'm still replacing it, because this is going to be a lot better than a piece of plastic that's 30-some years old. And then this is the rest of the hardware kit. And like all the Maximum Motorsport stuff, this stuff is good. Top tier shelf, good stuff. It's all well thought out, well engineered, and it's all put together nice packages for you. And then this is the lines that run from the stock 93 master cylinder to the proportioning valve when you're doing a manual brake kit. And then this box came from Summit. It's got a quadrant, stainless steel lines for the front brakes, 2 terminals that I use in the car. I run all the grounds to 1, and then I have a power on that goes to the other one, and then I run all the leads off of that. So everything's kind of in one spot. Makes it easier to troubleshoot, I would think. I haven't got to that point where I need to use it like that, but we're ready for it when it happens. And then a manual proportioning valve Seeing as how the stock proportioning valve will be gutted. Here we go, right here. That guy that I was having trouble with the name. And then this is all the stuff I took off it, you know, the airbag stuff and all the stuff. Most of it will go back on. In the past, I'd taken them, put them in little sandwich bags with the hardware, labeled it, and then I would lose the bags. And I just put it all in one box. I've taken the stuff apart enough. I know what each of the bolts are for. And then I've got a new tank. And this turned out kind of, you know, at first I looked at Rock Auto, and the tanks there were like 170 something. And then I looked at O'Reilly's online, and they were about the same price. So I thought, well, I'll check LMR. And they were on there for like 120 bucks, somewhere in there. Plus it's free shipping. You know, if you go to Rock Auto, you're going to pay 170 plus another 20 something for shipping. So this really saved me a lot of money, and it came with new rubber here and a new ring for the fuel tank sensor, or the fuel sensing sensor, and then one for the fuel pump. And the fuel pump is over here. I got a 340 liter pump. That's what I had before. That was when the relay was failing in the red car, and I replaced the pump. And then this is the stock bracket. And it turns out that these are the same on a V8 car as the 4-cylinder. I measured the outlets, and they're the same. So all I got to do is swap it. I just need to get a new hose. And then this is, I got this from the widow lady over in Pascagoula. Her husband had the flow bench. I got that from her. I and the wife went over there last week and picked it up. I got this, and it comes with a shift light. So I just checked on her, see how she's doing. Still got the flow bench. She's still got that 454 with all the other parts she's trying to sell. So if you need anybody, or I know anybody looking for one, or you are looking for one, let me know. I'll get you in touch with her. Oh, and I also got, I don't know where I put it. Oh, I know where I put it. But anyway, the fuel, the dual feed for the Holley carburetors. And out here in Redneck Restorations, I should say, not reparations. Good Lord, I'm having a day. So anyway, this is the pedal box. It's got stuff. I had it inside, and I was scraping some stuff off, so it's got dirt on it. There's the brake pedal going on there. Once I get it painted black, I got a fuel line, a V8 fuel line. Of the three I had, this is the only one that's going to work. Both of the other ones had like spots where the fuel line was crushed, which means they're not as mint as they were reported to be. And then this is the bracket for inside the dash. I'm gonna make this lighter before it goes back in, just like everything else I've taken off the car. The objective is to make it lighter before it goes back on. These are the wheels for it. I gotta paint them when I do the painting under the hood and the underhood itself. And this is obviously everything's out. The harness, I'll probably take that tonight, put it on the living room floor before the wife gets home from Zumba. Start taking it apart and retaping it. And I've scraped some of the sound deadening out. I've filled some of the holes down in here. I know it's not that great, but it's really tough to weld rusted metal because it burns a hole in it. Plus, I'm not a real good welder. And so once I get all this stuff out, then we'll get her cleaned up and start putting some paint in there, and then get the reinforcement plates. You know, the door's got to come off, so I can clean the inside, take the door bar out, put some holes in that, and of course I'll be getting this new rubber from LMR when the time comes, and get all that cleaned up. Let me show you what's going on. So under here, it's mostly cleaned off. I just got to go back over it one more time before I paint it. And then once it's painted, then I can put the anti-roll bar in. That's inside next to the gas tank. I forgot to show it, but it's a Team Z anti-roll bar, just like I got in the Trooper car. Oh, we got a helper. Hi, Saders. Yeah, I know. So it's Sadie, quick, Sadie. So tomorrow I'll clean up underneath here and then make sure that's ready to paint. The other thing I do, or intend to do, is use a big battery box, because I want the bigger battery to have to turn over to 331 when it gets time for that, because you know the other one, the small battery, struggles to turn over the 347, and they're about the same cranking compression. So I don't want to be dependent too much on my jump box. Oh, I also got from LMR the hump here. It's not something I needed to have. I just wanted to do it right. That's the objective. Try to do it as best I can. And but obviously I got to get all the tar paper off to before I put that on. It comes with a big bag of rivets. I guess you can rivet it on, but I'll just drill a couple of holes in it and spot weld it, and then get rid of the extra metal underneath. Make it light. Everything I took off here before it goes back on is going to be lighter. That's the frame of mind I had. Did that with the Trooper car, so I'm doing the same with this one. All right, hold on for your next bit of boredom. Forgot to tell you, also have this. This is a Steeda cable that I get from Summit, but I get the ones for the new Edge cars, the 99 to 04, because they're about a foot longer. So that puts the cable farther forward when it goes in front of the headers. So it keeps the cable away from the headers. And also the reason why I replaced the tank actually was surprisingly decent on the inside. I thought it was going to be crappy, but there wasn't that much gas in it. I guess it had all evaporated. So but when I was moving the tank around to look inside, I heard a clunk, and that box that's down at the bottom, it's spot welded in a couple of places, and on one side of it's broken. So I didn't want that to break the other one, during a launch or something like that. So like I said, that's where it came to replace the tank. The other thing, I'm sure you've heard, maybe, what's his name? The guy that runs Atmore, Joey, the dude with the tattoos on his eyelids. He's not renewing his lease apparently. So the end of this month is going to be his last event up there. So like the guys in Pensacola, they would probably go to Mobile, which is like 2.5 hours away for me, which, once you got to drive 2 hours, what's another half hour? But I could also go to north of Panama City to Fountain, or what they call it, Northwest Florida Raceway or something like that. I think they got mud bugs out there and some other stuff, so that's why they call it. It's not just a drag strip. So like I said before, I'm right in the middle. It's like 2 hours that way to go to Panama City, or it's 2 hours that way to go to Atmore, and it's 2.5 hours straight west. Most of it's on the interstate. I think I've been by there. I think Rod and I swung by there when we went to Pascagoula one time. Man, can't talk today. So, yeah, so we're kind of waiting to see what's happening. I would love, with Atmore closed, I would love to see somebody step into Holt, obviously, because that's only 45 minutes away. But I don't know if that'll happen. I, can always hope. I guess it doesn't cost nothing to hope for it. But yeah, I don't get the whole story behind that, because it was listed in the county tax assessors being like having a market value of $674,000. Ozzy was asking around here. He was asking. He was in negotiations with a guy who owns supposedly Suncoast Converters, and he was offering 1.2, and Ozzy was trying to get more. Well, then Copart, I guess it is, the car auction outfit, come along, or they offered him $4 million, and of course he took it. I don't blame him. I don't know why they would offer so much, but they bought, from what I understand, they bought several racetracks around the U.S. that they use for storage, car storage, when they've got a facility about 2 miles away from Holt, and they've already got it, and it's right along the Highway 90. So I don't get why they would move their whole setup 2 miles down the road, way off the road. And it would be next to the interstate, but there's no access immediately to the interstate. You got to go to Holt or else over to Milton. But that's for the fellows with the big brains and the big money to decide what they want to do. So anyway, that's about it. So there's going to be a test and tune this Sunday at Atmore, and then there will be another one the following Saturday. They're having a St. Jude's race on Sunday, so they're having test and tune on Saturday. So we're going to go. I don't know if I'll go to both, but I think Pirate will be back for the following one, so I'll probably go up there, take the truck up, and just run a couple of passes, just to go up there and hang out, eat some Milton donuts. And they went up there yesterday when we were on the way back from Jacksonville, so they were texting our group text, so we can all keep up with what's going on. Eric got a couple new PBs. He got 3, so it's officially that time. I don't know if probably Kevin will have it on his videos. Oh, also, Eric has a channel. Eric, the Donut Man, has a YouTube channel. It's called Rusty 65 Volkswagen. So I encourage you to go check that out. He's starting to put some content on there. I guess that's about it. Like I said, it was cold this morning. I had to get my hoodie on. It was like 50, 52. I know that don't sound real cold to any Northern Tier folks, but once you've been in the 90s for like 3 months straight, 50 is cold. Guess that's about it. Like I said, I just want to keep abreast of what's going on. We'll have, obviously, a lot more things done by the next update. All right, I appreciate y'all. Later.